Stanford, I enjoyed the memories of that big battery pack. I don't know if all of you remember it, but boy, I wanted that phone. I really wanted that big phone. Well, I want to introduce our featured speaker today. I had the opportunity to have dinner with Adora, etech, and her mother Joyce last night, and we just had a great time. And one of the great things about having Adora here today is that oftentimes we make plans for tomorrow without conferring with the next generation of learners that can impact not only what we do, but how we do it. Today we'll have a unique opportunity to hear from a young person's perspective on education, learning experiences, and how to excite students in the classroom. Adora is a 12-year-old author and teacher. She's been teaching writing workshops since she published her first book at age 7. She teaches every day through school visits and distance learning mediums such as webcasting and video conferencing. Adora has been featured on Oprah, CNN's Young People Who Rock, NBC's Nightly News, and countless other programs. Like most children and young adults, she has thoughts about what she wants to be when she grows up. Yeah, because 7, just publishing a book wasn't quite enough. Only Adora aspires to be a journalist, historian, humanitarian, principal, teacher, and when she's done with all that, a talk show hostess. In addition to her short list of aspirations, her greatest ambitions are to win the Nobel Prizes for Literature and for Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Adora etech. Come on up.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to see you all today. I hope that my short stature isn't indicative of the height of the importance of this conference. I am about almost 5 feet, I think. I would like to thank everybody who made this possible because my short height is really a reflection on the vision of the people who organized this conference. So I would like to thank everyone at Ohio etech for making this possible. Thank you. Many conferences I've been to have needed some more convincing first. No, actually I didn't use any brute power to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have quite enough. Now, today I'm going to be kind of turning you into teenagers by having you multitask with the devices that I'm hooking you up. Does anyone here have a cell phone or a laptop on them? Stand if you have a cell phone or a laptop. Or you can raise your hand, that's fine. Okay, I'm seeing some raised hands. Great, you're kind of creating a wave, like going up and down. So today, we're actually going to be using a few different things. I'll have connected Wi-Fi, please. If any of you have your cell phones and laptops with you, if you could connect to the internet. And the reason that I'm having you do this is because on my Twitter account, I have a link which you should go to, and at the end of the session, you'll be able to type in all of your questions, and throughout the session, I'll answer those at the end. And actually, for every new follower on my Twitter, I will be donating 1 penny to the Haiti relief effort. And then, at the end of the session, I'm taking care of business here, you will also have a chance to win a copy of either of my autographed books, Flying Fingers, or Dancing Fingers. So I was so excited to come to Ohio because it's completing my tour of the kind of Great Lakes area. So I actually come from Washington State. Is there anyone here from Washington State? Raise your hand if you're from Washington State. I'm really lonely right here. Yes, you're from Washington? Hooray! I don't have to be the lone Washingtonian. So Washington is really nice. It's a little bit warmer than Columbus, but I'm excited to come here because I've been to some other areas. I've been to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Chicago, Indianapolis, so coming down, it sort of makes sense. And if you'll take a look at a map, this is kind of my route. going right into Columbus for the geographically challenged of you. I'm hoping that includes nobody. There's a map. Now there's only a minute 28 states to go if I finish all of them. I've actually visited Florida quite recently, but much as I tried, I wasn't able to drop it over Lake Michigan. Now, whenever I speak to an audience of people, I like to know what positions you have, what you do. And so this helps me know which of my jokes will be offensive and which will be tolerable. I wanted to think of a creative way for you guys to share with me. And my dad was like, you know, Adora, maybe do you want to be a little more serious when you're starting out? And I know that you guys are really professional people, but I thought, well, here's your chance to be kind of a kid for a day and do a little bit of standing and shouting, just to give you warning. So if you are a librarian or media specialist, do we have any librarians or media specialists in the room? Please stand up and shout, E! Yay! Great. If you are a technology coordinator, coach, or director, stand up and shout, Tech! Tech! Great! If you are an administrator, stand up and shout, O! O! If you are someone if you are a teacher, stand up and shout, Hi! Hi! Hi to you too. And if you're someone I've not listed here, including a professional development specialist, someone who works at Ohio etech, please stand and shout, Oh! Oh! Great! Let's all shout for a great on the count of 3. etech Ohio. 1, 2, 3. etech Ohio! Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So whatever role you have in education, I think it's a great time to be a teacher, technology coordinator, professional development specialist, educator of any kind, because there's really strong leadership pushing toward the future, as we saw evidence by Mr. Stanford and what Ohio is doing for education. And government support for innovation in the form of great conferences like Ohio etech, or etech Ohio. And I found the theme of this conference, Shaping a Path for the 21st Century Learner, very appropriate. Because ask yourself, who shaped my path? Your parents, your friends? What about your teachers? Every one of you can shape your student's path. And this is why we are here today. So in order to best shape paths for the 21st century learner, we need to realize what sets 21st century students apart, as Mr. Stanford talked about. I was hearing the speech and I was like, okay, let's see, there's one talking point, there's another in there. So I'm really glad to have listened to that speech. And in order to best shape paths for the 21st century learner, you have to think, how are my students different from me when I was learning? You might wonder, why can't we just use the same tools that I did when I was learning? Well, I wanted to share with you a tale of 2 paths. There's an old path and there's a new path that we must forge. Now you might wonder, why can't we continue to pave the same paths as we did when you were learning 100 years ago? After all, some of our friends, oh no, I didn't mean you were learning 100 years ago. That was not what I meant. I mean, I know you guys were like in the thousands of years ago. Some of our greatest presidents, actually the guy on the left is Rutherford B. Hayes.